Hello, chat. How's it going? Nice to see you all. Welcome to this video stream. And we got some follows coming in here, so a couple of them actually. Thank you, Adkra, for the Adkra. There we go. Thank you, Adkra, for the follow. Welcome to this video stream. But hey, all of you as well. Thank you for joining. We got a series for you tonight. It's going to be a good one. It's Premier Championship Series action. Another follow coming in from Sydney RL. Thank you so much. And you know, when it comes to casting, I got a friend with me. He was here on Friday, yesterday, and now he's here today. Hello, Skillerz. He's got the glasses going. How are you feeling, man?
I'm just ready to see how good H2K and Shadow Phoenix does in this match. PCS Champions Quals Week 1. I'm hoping it's good. I hope it's going to be a good one, like always.
Hey, I'm excited for it. Definitely, it's a great night. We got some great matches, and we'll start with we'll have H2K versus Shadow Phoenix on stream. A single best of 7, the Premier Championship Series Champions Qualifiers. We're still in Qualifiers, by the way. This is just week 1. We've already seen some pretty crazy action. But now H2K Shadow Phoenix. That could be an interesting series with a lot of exciting action in it. What do you think? What do you think about this, Skillerz? I know, obviously, yesterday we only did best of 5s together, but now in best of 7s, things change a little bit.
Yeah, best of 7, it's different. It's basically who has the endurance to be able to play through all those games. If it does end up going to a game 7, you never know. But there's either two scenarios. Either there's going to be a team that comes out and dominates and gets the matches done early, or there's going to be that team that has the endurance to be able to go through and be able to go back to back. One win, one loss, one win, one loss. It really comes down to the endurance, because sometimes it's really hard for teams to be able to go that far and that long, really trying to focus on these matches. I can tell you from a player perspective, it can be hard.
Oh yeah, that is kind of why we have you here. You do have that player perspective, and saying that, I am also going to make sure I set out the lobby, send out the info for the teams and their captains, and for you. But lucky enough, you just had to join my party for that, so.
Yeah, luckily.
Yeah, luckily, you don't have to worry about typing in the name and the password. But here we go. Again, this should be a fun series 100%, because both these teams, this is their first time coming in. We don't know how any of them will play, but this series will be a great indicator to see just how their season will kind of turn out, how their matches are going to turn out. Is this not going to be easy for them? Best of 7s are pretty long, as you said, but I think best of 7s are more so based on which team is able to adapt better to the play. Rather than the endurance factor, although that is obviously a huge part of it.
Yeah, the adaptability is always going to be there, whether it's best of 5, best of 7. I mean, whatever. It's always going to be there, because if you can have a team that is able to quickly adapt, that can make a big difference. But it's always there.
Yeah, of course. And Shinny, I do see your message there, Shinny. Yeah, it's fine. As long as they're not 10 minutes late, I believe you're fine. It's fair game. So, not a problem. Don't worry, you're not like running. Don't worry, you don't have to worry too much. Don't worry, even if you're like 10 minutes late, it's not a big deal. So okay, you're fine.
This whole day's been weird, so I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Yeah, that is fair. This has been a weird day when it comes to a lot of things. But yeah, and Galzo, if you said time afterwards, depending on the series, maybe depending on the series, but I think I'll be fine. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, because your next one is at 9, right? Or is it
9?
8?
It's at 9. If it's at 8, that's no. Then I have no time. But it's at 9. Yeah, everything will be fine. Don't worry. All good here. The lobby has been set up. This info has been sent to the teams, and now the prediction poll has been made. Go out there, predict who you think will win. Use up all the points that you earned by now. It's called betting. No, it's called betting. Congratulations. If you ever need to bet anything, just always go with always if you're a team and you think you have a good offense, well, your offense can be substantiated as long as Skillerz is talking during it. So
Yeah, I will agree. I'm only biased on it when it comes to that because I am a huge third man whenever I play, and so I know defense fairly well. And defense, you don't want to be on defense, but you also need to have a good defense to be able to back up a good offense. So I'm a little biased when it comes to it, but I will agree on your behalf that it's not something you want to be on all the time. It's good to have it, but it's not something you want to see yourself having to defend a lot of shots. But if you have that good offense, you can keep that ball from being on your half of the field by 50s, constant shots on net, keeping them on defense. And that's what you want to have. You want to have a good defense, but you want to have to use it.
Yep. Well, we are hearing from the teams that they're going to be slightly late, so that means you'll have a little more time, guys, to talk amongst each other and for us to talk about this series. As I do see that we have Shadow Fiend. Nope, sorry, H2K here. Although, ironically, we don't have you, Skillerz, so you might want to join that lobby, Skillerz.
It's not. Hold on. It's not showing me that you. I went in your party. Did it not?
You have to join. You have to join my game that I'm in the party of. So go over my profile and like select like join game.
It's not. Hold on. It might. Maybe it's not showing me as online for some reason. What's the game info?
Well, I can't just tell you that here.
Oh, sorry. Can you DM me the game info?
Yeah, I
Sorry.
can. I can't just tell you that here. I'm not gonna say that to the whole stream.
My bad. Oh, wait, it says party leader can start. Oh wait, it won't even let me, so I'd have to back out of your.
Yeah, I sent you the info. It's fine. You can join anyways.
Okay, let me back out of your party.
No, I am not going to say it to you, Dekra. I do not need someone streaking my lobby. Although that would be very funny if that did happen.
Hey.
So no, I will not be saying anything about that.
Alright, I'm joining. I don't know, that was weird. Like, it didn't give me the option to. Because
Yeah, I
usually
don't
when
know.
you're in a party, it automatically puts you in there. But I guess since I was inactive for a little bit, maybe it just didn't let me. That is really weird.
Maybe. I don't know.
But we got it fixed now, so we're good.
Yeah, of course. Now, again, it is the series is H2K Shadow Phoenix. Skillerz is here with me to do commentary. Skillerz, I mean, it is a best of 7 after all. Now, this should be a fun series though. I mean, both these teams are gonna battle it out. And so far on my stream with recent best of 7s, they've been sweeps or 4-1s. So maybe we'll see something interesting today.
It would be nice because like the last two that I hosted with you, it was they were good matches, but of course, you want it to be a little bit longer. Yeah, it's it'll be interesting for sure because I like you, I don't know anything too much about these teams, so be kind of curious to see how they start out and how they adjust throughout the series.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, while that's happening, and that prediction poll is closing up, get your last points in if you want to predict even a little bit more. As we're just about ready to get to the match start time. Oh boy, I'm excited.
Been waiting on this one all day, huh?
I mean, yeah, I've been waiting on a couple series. We had one earlier today at 11:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, how did that one go?
That was a sweep. No, it was not. It was a 4-1. But yeah, it was a 4-1. It was pretty quick. But Next Destiny Red Axis 4-1 to Overcast Esports Aquan. What's funny is Next Destiny is all German, so they had to play from European servers. They had to play from European. Obviously, they play with European internet on North American servers. It was interesting for them.
I'm sure that one was very interesting for them. That would not be great going. I don't even know if I'd want to play that.
Well, yeah, I mean they're on 120 ping, but they still won, which is crazy enough. They won 4-1. They looked really good in that series. They could have won Game 4 as well.
Well, I can tell you, if you're used to it, whenever I first started playing Rocket League, I was the internet where I lived was very bad. I was able to get max 5 megabytes a second, and after a while, you do get used to 120 ping. You kind of have to pre-jump and stuff like that. You know, read the ball a little bit
I mean, you
quicker.
don't just pre-jump, you pre-pre-jump. You hear that, guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's
true though,
pre-square.
because like
It's pre-square jump.
yeah, pre-squared. But I'm seriously like, but after a while, you do get used to it. You kind of like get adjusted to it.
Well,
But
obviously you do. There's pros that have to play on that kind of stuff. You know, 8-pack pros, they play on OCE, and that's like, that's well over 100 ping away from them. But
oh
yeah, I mean, yeah, ping is an interesting factor in Rocket League.
Yep.
Of course. Make sure everything is working well. Hopefully, stream is holding up as well. I know my stream's having some issues here with dropped frames.
It seems to be fine so far. Of course, I don't have the audio on, so I don't.
Well,
want
the
any
audio should be
echo, but-
fine. I am having some. There are a couple drop frames right now on it. It's not the most happy with whatever's happening. I don't know what's happening to it, but
I don't know. It seems to be fine on my phone, but be different for different people.
well, anyways, and the series is going to be starting very, very soon. Let's go in game here. Take a look at it. And it is a best of 7 H2K Shadow Phoenix of the Phoenix United organization. Just waiting on the last players to join.
Yeah, this will be at the point where you get a message, bathroom break.
No, I actually got a message well before Phoenix United saying that they're going to be a slight bit late.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, they'll be here soon enough. Well, their captain just is having a bit of issues to get back. But he'll be here. So we'll wait for him.
And I'll tell you that issues like that tend to happen right before a match. It always does. Like I know.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you don't. You know, unexpected things happen.
Well, no, I was gonna say one of our we had an IGO the last circuit that they did it. We were supposed to be playing to go into the finals, and literally hours, like 2 hours before our match started, my power went out and messed up my PC, and yeah, we ended up losing that match and having to play for third the next week. So,
Did you get third?
Yeah, we got third. Yeah, we
congratulations.
we actually beat Bromek and the team he was on at that time.
Oh, we were talking about Bromek before the stream. How ironic.
Well, that's how we met. He was on a different team, and we became.
Hey man, can we be friends? I know I just like beat you really badly in Rocket League.
Well, no, it was funny because he was actually one of the better players, and I told him, I was like, you were really good, but it just didn't seem like your teammates were.
All right, well,
you know,
let's not go after Bromek's teammates here.
Well, no, he's on a different team now. That's kind of where that started. But anyways, yeah, sorry.
Dude's going out flaming Bromek's teammates on my stream.
His old teammates, not his current teammates. His old teammates.
I feel like soon enough he's gonna be flaming my gameplay. Here we go. Let's get ready. Everybody's in. It's a best of 7 Skillers. There's a lot of things running onto this series. How will H2K start out? How will Shadow Phoenix start out? That organization has only been up and running for less than a month by now. The Phoenix United organization. But here they are in the Premier Championship Series. It's week 1 of the qualifiers. And here we go.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I'm having. There we go, director. All right. We got Lux possibly going up for a pass. Out to Savage. Possibly gonna touch. Almost comes down with the touch. H2K. What a shot. What a read.
Yeah, Luxiv there. Got that first pass, and then, yeah, Savage Boy Gamer, a lot of you will know him, not by the name Savage Boy Gamer, but you'll know him by maybe the name that who was presented by on our stream as Alex. And a great start here for the H2K side, as now, back the other way, Phoenix United just off target, as this one in front, just a little off target. Here comes Nismo back the other way. Zelly to collect, popped up high, up for his Savage, and he'll get the first touch. Now Proto set out maybe to Luxiv, but doesn't want to challenge early. Now Zelly, a pop in field. Lux just gets this one away, and back to the Shadow Phoenix side.
We got H2K, Nismo coming up. Open net all day long. Nismo scores it. was not quite able to get back there on defense on Shadow Phoenix's side, unfortunately. It just looks like he had open field and he took it all the way. That's just good gameplay.
Yeah, and Shadow Phoenix. No, Phoenix United, I believe that's the org's name on Twitter, at least Phoenix United. Could be wrong. They're adequate. I know the team is Shadow Phoenix. As Nismo now cleared away. Pinch in front, here comes Zelly, but no touch there. Luxiv clears it to the corner. There's now Kyre. Can't beat Nismo. And right now you can see a lot of pressure put on by Shadow Phoenix, but still no goals for them. Seems like they're shooting, they're just waiting too long to get those shots. Sometimes as a team, you put them to offense and really nothing happens. I feel like for Shadow Phoenix, it's the same kind of thing right now as this one. Pinch back! Oh, H2K almost got caught on the goal line, but no goals yet. Again, Shadow Phoenix. Skillerz, what do you think is kind of causing them to not be able to score right now? Do you think it's them not getting a lot of shooting opportunities, or do you think it is H2K's defense being rock solid?
In my personal opinion, what I think as of right now, I just think sometimes it just seems like, I'd tell you from a player's perspective, sometimes the ball just does not fall in your favor, if that makes any sense at all. But basically what that means is...
So you're saying Rocket League's a luck game?
No, it's not a luck game. What I'm saying is H2K is putting it in a spot where they're not thinking it's going to be, and that's just what I think is happening here. So basically every time H2K is popping the ball somewhere, they're not expecting it either to be as high as it was or to be exactly where it was where they think it would be. And so I think it's just getting used to how H2K is going to play this one. We'll see how Phoenix adapts throughout the series. Hopefully they do.
Here comes Savage. He doesn't make contact here. A shot, not really a shot, honestly. Nismo can collect, can dribble it around, can flick it out. And right now, back on offense is H2K. They have 2 goals. They want to add a third. Kyre clears, but Lux back to the back wall. Maybe a shot coming in, and there comes Alex. H2K now at 3-0. They kept fighting for it, and finally, it fell in their favor.
Yep, there we go. H2K is on the board. Might quite possibly have this one clinched, but we'll have to hopefully...
There's still 2 minutes, man. My goodness.
There is still 2 minutes, but we'll just hopefully they're able to adapt and get this one locked down for speaking on Shadow Phoenix. We got Lux coming up. QK putting one on the board, possibly. It's a missed opportunity, popped out by Lux. Can he read for the double? Misses. H2K Nismo. No, not quite able to get there. Cleared out by Kelly. Savage trying to put it back towards mid. Can the defense clear it out? And then Zelly pops it up, tries to get it mid, turns. Then Savage, Alex is going to be trying to pop it mid, but it's cleared out. Zelly getting past the board. And then Nismo popping it out, possibly for Savage. Not quite able to get there. Gets cleared out by Ur. And then Zelly. Is it a pass? No, that's broken up by Nismo. Can Nismo double? No! And then here comes Savage, a.k.a. Alex, for the goal. What a shot.
H2K just adding more and more pressure on, and at some point it is going to break past Shadow Phoenix right now. H2K at a 4-0 lead. I think now you can say that this game might as well be over. Scoring a goal every 15 seconds. It's possible. It is possible.
I don't know, Sporty. There's a minute left. No.
Yeah, I gotta say, a goal every 15 seconds. It's possible. It's possible. I'm not counting them out just yet, but... I mean, at the very least, they have to be thinking about game 2 and how they really can't afford to go down this far in a game. And I do see a follow coming in from Bloodless. Thank you so much for joining. As now H2K back on offense. This one's saved away. Savage doesn't read this one. It's cleared out. Shadow Phoenix, can I find even a consolation goal at this point? Kyre gets past Nismo. Nismo didn't make contact. Luxiv, though, puts it in the corner. Maybe a follow-through for H2K. He'll get the 5th goal here. Lux hasn't scored all game long, but finally, he gets his opportunity, and he will not make the mistake of it. As Nismo leaves the net, Zelly just couldn't get out in time to challenge and Lux and cut down the angle.
If you're able to look at this one, I can definitely tell you from looking at the whole perspective of this match. H2K has not been on defense for very long, if not hardly at all. They have not had to been on their half. They've been able to keep that pressure on the orange side of the field. You're really going to have to look at, or Shadow Phoenix is really going to have to look at how they're going to adapt on this one. You'll see exactly what kind of team they are. If they're the type of team that after game 1, they sit down and go, okay, guys, what do we need to do next to be able to adapt for game 2? What do we need to do? So we're going to see exactly what kind of team Shadow Phoenix is in game 2, which I always say real games start at game 2, not in game 1, because everybody either comes in fresh, or even if you practice, you still have to adapt, and that's what you have to look forward to in game 2.
Yeah, again, game 2 coming up very soon. As I'm definitely making sure that. Again, I'm making sure this should be a good series though. Again, game 1, we saw a series. I saw a series earlier today. It was OE Aqua versus Next Destiny Red Axis, and that series ended in a 4-1 win for Next Destiny. Game 1 was a 6-0 win for them, but the rest of the series was 1-goal differences. So that game really didn't dictate how the series was actually going to work out, and I expect that we're going to see some. I expect that we're going to see these games get a little bit closer.
I would hope so. If you looked at H2K from the last match, they had like 7 shots. When it came to Shadow Phoenix, I think they had 3, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to need to fix that coming into game 2. Keep applying that pressure, team passes, stuff like that. So hopefully they're able to fix this off. We got Alex going up against. Oh, never mind. It was Lux versus Kelly on the kickoff. Alex coming in for the pass, hopefully across. Not quite able to get there. Kelly bangs it out for the clear. That's what they need to do. They need to get those power clears. Lure caught off guard, having to go back and rush for the clear. Not quite able to get there. It's across the cross. Not able to get the shot on target.
Yeah, I mean, H2K, they're still asking though, and they're getting answers here. Goal on goal on goal. Game 2 will start with their lead. As that pass out from Diav, also known as Fluffy, I think we'll call him by Fluffy, doesn't go in, as H2K will take advantage of it. Small mistakes like that. It's not even really a mistake. It was him just trying to get the ball out of his half. And right now, H2K leading right in game 2 after a lot of pressure. Definitely deserved goal from them. But can they keep up this kind of tempo? Because as the series goes on, usually it gets tougher and tougher for a team to have these kind of blowout wins. You don't generally see them happen often later in best of 7s. So I expect, if anything, that we're going to see some play here from Shadow Phoenix that can answer back to what H2K is doing right now. Oh, okay. Well, I mentioned it and I speak it into existence. It happens. Well, I guess Shadow Phoenix, they do answer back. That's good for them. Their first goal of the series. Not even a minute into game 2, a response that they definitely needed.
Oh no, definitely. And that's what I was gonna say about H2K coming into this match. Obviously, they're a very aggressive team, but I will say over time, those aggressive teams can break down, especially in a Game 7 matchup, if they're able to take it, further. If Shadow Phoenix is able to keep them going into other matches, that aggressive play as a player. It's a hyper-focused type of gameplay, and normally teams cannot keep that up for a long period of time. But we got H2K on defense. Lux is trying to clear it out. Kelly's not quite able to get there. Nismo pops it out towards.
Just wait. Did you just call him Kelly?
Is that what it was?
Zelly. Nismo will score
Zelly.
here.
I'm sorry, Zelly. My bad.
Kelly.
I was quickly reading the names. My bad.
Yo, everybody, feel free to make fun of Skillerz right now for saying that.
Yes.
Everybody
please.
Everybody go into chat and say F Skillerz or L Skillerz actually, or I don't know, whatever it is. But everybody, don't be afraid to make fun of Skillerz.
Yes.
Fellow coming in here from Scoops as well. Thank you for joining. And H2K now with a 2-1 lead. Demo from Alex, missed by Nismo. Lux is the last one back for H2K. One touch, 50-50, not even needed. Now he's got offense, hook shot off the back wall. Follow up, not coming in. Shadow Phoenix can get this ball out of that half, but H2K, you see them transitioning the field to get that ball out of a dangerous situation in their own half.
Yes, sir. And we got Alex trying to go for something off the corner. Lux pops it back across field, but nobody's there to get it. Zelly, pinch. What a pinch. We got the clear by Nismo off to the side, but Diab is there to pop it. Alex popping it off the wall. Zelly not quite able to get there. Wasn't expecting a pop like that. Diaz pops it off the back wall. Lux is there, but a 50 by Diaz. Look, you're trying to go for the solo play. Hopefully a pop over. Not quite able to get the flick. Nismo gonna see if he can clear it off the sidewall. Diab not able to get there fast enough. Clear it off to the side. Zelly trying to pop it mids for a teammate. You're not quite expecting where that was gonna go. Zelly, last one back, able to 50, buy some time for Diaz, and they both miss. Zelly is defected by himself. Diaz trying to go off the sidewall into the back wall for something for this Shadow Phoenix team, but not quite able to get anything going quite yet. Lux trying to clear off to the side for Alex, but it's blocked by Lure. And it's just back-to-back H2K. Shadow Phoenix is not quite able to clear it out like they need to.
Yeah, I mean, what an interesting, what an interesting, turn of events here. H2K just stacking a lot more offense, but it's them who are having difficulties to get those goals going. And all they need here for Shadow Phoenix is one opportunity. That one could have been it. All three players had to be used to get that offensive chance, and now they go back. H2K, Zelly doesn't get past. Here comes Alex. Nismo misses the touch here. Zelly misses too. Kyer. Now Kyer off the back wall. In front. Dav couldn't put it on net. And Zelly. Maybe a second follow-up here. Controls it. Not past the last defender. But it is, it is here, Shadow Phoenix. They're just trying to ask questions, trying to make plays, trying to get that ball into a favorable position. They're making plays on offense, but so far nothing has worked for them against H2K. Only been able to score once. And you can just see that they're starting to get a bit nervous about their positioning, about the time that's on the clock, because that clock will become their worst enemy as it continues to tick down.
I will say something in Shadow Phoenix's favor. They have made a difference between Game 1 and Game 2. I will agree with you. I think it has come down to their nervousness. Their touches aren't quite what they need them to be. You see a lot of missed touches. You see a lot of missed opportunities, double misses by their teammates. I think once we come into Game 3, I think you'll see a lot more of a difference.
At the end of Game 1, you said, no, wait for Game 2, and we're going to see some really good action. Now you're like, no, I'm sorry, I was one game late. Let's go to Game 3 here.
No, it's
I feel like you're trying to, you're like trying to promise me something here.
They have made adjustments. There is a big difference between Game 1 and Game 2.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Oh, man. Let's see. They had 5-6 shots. That's like double what they had last game. So they're shot for shot with H2K. Like I said, it's just those missed touches when it came to their defense. So hopefully Game 3.
Well, we are going to be heading into Game 3 very soon. Both teams are ready. We'll be ready soon enough as well. Anything else you want to add? Like those changes from Shadow Phoenix, like cut their first goal in the series. That's a good step in the right direction, but we need to see them making those steps. We need some changing that to a walk instead of just a step. As H2K now up 2 games in the series, looking to add more. Right now. And now we're just again getting ready for this. Here we go. It's Game 3. Does H2K continue this prowess that they have going, or does Shadow Phoenix finally turn it around in their favor? Well, that's a quadruple commit there. You don't see that happen often, Skillerz.
No, you definitely don't, and that's definitely not something you want to start out in a match doing. But we got Lux trying to clear it out. Not quite able to get the clear that he wanted. Zelly's able to pop it straight back into the blue half. That's something you definitely want to see if you're Shadow Phoenix. Keeping that pressure. I saw a demo. That's definitely something that will help them on that offensive side. Maybe not as tactical. And we got Orange Team we got Shadow Phoenix doing another demo. I think that's maybe their strategy going into Game 3 is more demos, but I think they just need to be a little more strategic about it. We got Diaz trying to do something, but was immediately bumped. There's H2K saying we can be aggressive too. We got Nismo trying to control it, ends up 50ing Zelly. possibly popping off the sidewall, not quite able to get there. And we got Zelly maybe going for a solo play. Pass maybe mids coming across. Maybe Lux is able to get there. Not quite able to get that touch. Not something we're used to seeing with that H2K gameplay. We got You're trying to take his time here. Maybe a pop shot. Immediately blocked by Alex. And we got Lux popping it off to the orange side. I mean, I think H2K has made. I mean, not H2K. Shadow Phoenix has made some adjustments here.
Oh, of course, you say it,
I
and then they get scored on by H2K. I was going to agree with you as well, saying how for H2K this is the first time in a game where they've had to play sustained defense, but even then it doesn't matter. They get a goal back, and in Game 3, they're loving life right now. They're living life as well. They're trying to make this series a quick one. Already up in the series by 2. All they need is 2 more. Trying to make this one their series and a dominant win, because game differential will matter in the times when it comes to the top 32 in this group that will all go by. So yes, game differential is going to be hugely important. Every game can be the one that decides, if you go into that final bracket or not. Obviously, vote with these teams, make sure they win as many games as possible. No game can ever be kind of forgotten or missed or kind of joked around. Every game matters.
No, definitely. And at any point, the whole series can change. Like I said, when it comes to this H2K offense and its aggressiveness, as I say that, Jurg gets a nice goal from a 50-ing, who was it? Alex in the net, and was able to get it straight past him. What a read by that Shadow Phoenix team. And like I said, they're on the board. They're tied up. I don't think they've done that the entire series. So let's just hope they have made those adjustments and they will keep this momentum going their way. But H2K, they're a team that cannot be messed with so far in this series. So they will have to keep this going.
And we know H2K is very likely going to get another goal in this game. With just how well their offense plays, but it depends if Shadow Phoenix can respond with that, can play tit for tat, can keep themselves at that same level and upgrade, and they do! It's Zelly! Now, Shadow Phoenix are in the lead in this game.
Yep, and at this point with the H2K, if I was in their shoes, if I was the captain, I would just be saying it's 1 goal, it's not the end of the game, we got 2 minutes left, just keep it going. But with this H2K offense, like I said, it can be hard to stay this aggressive the entire time throughout this entire series if Shadow Phoenix is able to keep this, back-to-back going. And as I say this, they get a great clear. Nismo trying to get it off the sidewall, maybe to a pass or a solo play, maybe the double, not quite able to get that. That's like Nismo's, I think, 3rd or 4th attempt at a double. Would love to see him match that up. As I say this, Zelly gets a goal. The defense was not quite there. What a shot. It was a nice power shot. Well, I say that it was 45, but it looked faster. And then I saw the speed and I was like, well, maybe not. But it's definitely something we're not used to seeing from this Shadow Phoenix team. They are rising to their expectations and doing what we thought they would do in Game 3, or what I thought they would do in Game 3. They were adapting in Game 2, and then they perfected it in Game 3, as you can see.
Yeah, this is a great response from Shadow Phoenix. So many times in this series, a team will go down by 3 games and then finally figure out what their opponents are doing, but at that point, it's just too late. But this time, it's only 2 games for them. Very likely they can come back, but H2K almost finds one here. Final minute of gameplay, they need 2 goals. Nismo off the back wall, but here comes Kyer. Couldn't put it on target. Luxiv to clear. Luxiv gonna fall himself as well. H2K looking for opportunities, but just can't make them right now. They're trying to get some offense. Alex off the back wall. Zelly, Ocarina backflip. He'll catch. Here comes a clear, but Zelly able to respond. H2K just can't buy themselves a shot. No chances for them right now. You can see they're getting stuffed every step. Every time they want to get that shot, it seems like there's always a Shadow Phoenix player to stop them.
And I'll tell you, it's kind of surprising because, you look how they were rotating on defense. As I say that, Zelly gets a nice shot on. But what I was going to say is, you look at them on defense, they're not quite, as coordinated as you would think they would be, considering. But if they were able to place, if H2K was able to place certain shots in certain areas and get them to come out and waste boost and then steal their boost, I think they probably would have had a better advantage in this game. But as you can see, Shadow Phoenix has adapted well and been able to keep that pressure and keep it on that blue side of the field.
Yeah,
which
they
is
got some.
Yeah.
I was also going to say they have some newfound confidence here in this series, taking a game back against H2K. And a lot of times in best of sevens, when a team wins one game, they win 2 games. So now it's up to H2K to stop this Shadow Phoenix offensive pressure, the Shadow Phoenix competition that's doing so well.
Oh no, definitely. And like I said before, as you can see between game 1 and game 3, Shadow Phoenix did not have as many missed touches. They were strategic about the touches they made, and they had a lot of really good 50s from what I could tell. So it's something that we did not see in game 1 and a little bit in game 2, and they have definitely perfected it in game 3, and we'll see if that carries over into game 4.
Well, we're about to get into game 4 here. Skillerz, man, this could be an interesting series if we see Shadow Phoenix pick this up, get another game, keep doing what they're doing right now, because I think for this game, they just found some new confidence. I didn't see anything drastic that they changed as well. I think it's just them. Maybe it's like small adjustments, just playing better. I think, really. And, that's a good thing for them. Because now they make the series competitive. They took one game, maybe they take a second.
Definitely. And I think sometimes what it comes down to is like just adapt. You just warming up as well. Some teams just don't warm up quite well until game 2 and game 3. But let's go ahead and get this one started. Yura trying to start out big, pass out to mid, is immediately broke up by Nismo, passes out, but not able to clear it quite well. Putting more and more shots on that offense is Shadow Phoenix, but a great clear by Nismo. Yura last one back, able to pinch it off the sidewall. Gets the open field, 1 to beat. Can he get the flick off? Oh, what a shot. Let's go. What a shot. I know he had tried to do that before. He wasn't quite able to get the flick off then, but he has definitely got that one down.
And when Skillerz says, let's go, that's because he likes the play that he's seeing, and I can't blame you. What a beautiful click there to give his team a 1-0 lead. Shadow Phoenix starting to respond here, starting to make a statement on this series. And I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. Parent Championship Series brings us great action, and this series we haven't really seen that many. We haven't seen any competitive PCS series so far on this stream, but this one might become our first. As now cleared out, Alex beaten by Kyer there. Nesbo coming back to save his team. Here's the ball away. As now in the orange half, we'll say also a follow from Amex. Thank you so much for following. God, we're getting a couple of follows this stream. Love the support from all of you. Means a lot. As Skillerz and I are looking over this series, it is going to be... oh my goodness, the ball was left there for a while. As it will be H2K versus Shadow Phoenix right now. Shadow Phoenix has a lot of the momentum on their side. They just won a game, trying to even up the series with this one.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost for words of what's kind of going on right now with the H2K players. It just seems like they're not quite where they were in game 1, which I did say sometimes with that aggressive play, it can die down after a couple games. It's really hard to keep that momentum up because, like I said, you were very hyper-focused when it comes to stuff like that. You're always paying attention, and it's really hard to keep that going 24/7 in all these matches. So,
well, Zelly currently has 896 pings, so that's not good for a Shadow Phoenix here. They are leading 1-0. But the fact that Zelly is not moving could be a problem for them. The problem is we have to keep this game going. As Kyron now bumped out Zelly. You don't see a team bump like that often. But Shadow Phoenix, they have to hold this lead. Unfortunately for them, they have to hold it while being down a player in this game. Kyron gonna wait this one out. Doesn't get the mid boost either. It's now H2K on offense. Alex towards the nets. Back to it. Oh, he gets it on the line. Shadow Phoenix stays alive here. That 1-goal lead intact somehow.
Yeah, I think what H2K needs to do here, they need to take advantage of that one less player on that Shadow Phoenix field, half of the field. But I will say sometimes being a player down and having 2v3 is not a big of an advantage as some people think. You end up taking more risks as a 3v3 team going up against a two-man roster. And sometimes that's a disadvantage because what ends up happening is on that team that has 2 players, they end up taking a lot less risk, more strategic touches, and generally has a man back. So it's really, in all honesty, from a player perspective, it cannot be like an advantage sometimes because it's just you end up taking more risk as a 3v3 team.
Oh, there's the dog.
There's my dog.
Oh, that's gonna be a goal. No way! How did he score that one? Diavalos, how did in the world did he double tapped? Oh my goodness! How in the world did he put that on target? What a shot there! I can't believe what I just saw there. How in the world did he score that? I'm so sorry, I'm just screaming, but I can't believe what I just saw. Diavalos, what kind of a shot was that? Absolutely filthy from him. He's looking for a double tap. All right, well, maybe he's a little too confident now, but I can't believe he scored that from his own corner.
I told you, it is very possible. Never mind. H2K comes back. Lux able to get one in right behind your... My bad, that was Diav. Was able to thread that needle and get that through their defense. But like I said before, there comes a time where it is not an advantage because if you're that 3-man roster, you will take more advantages. It looks like the 3rd man is back, possibly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Zelly's back. He left the game momentarily, but obviously now he's sorted out his ping issue. He's back, and we continue this game as if nothing happened. And, just like before, we had this lag issue from Zelly. It's a 1-goal difference. Shadow Phoenix are in the lead.
Yep. And I will say, I did notice where H2K had messaged in the chat asking, what do we do now whenever Zelly did go out? Whenever it comes to my team and we go into the Radiance League, first thing before every game, they know, I'll remind them, hey, if somebody loses connection and is, not able to play, keep going because that is the rules. You need to know the rules coming to each of these matches. They could have taken advantage of that. That kind of, stalled the game a little bit as I rant. Zelly trying to get some offense going, and he's able to get it past. Oh, that was Diab. He was able to get...
Wrong person. Although Zelly did make the assist, a good assist from Zelly, and you know what's funny about this? Shadow Phoenix, we're down to only 2 players, and we got that incredible double tap. I can't believe that. Skillerz.
That was an insane double tap.
That was something special. If that doesn't define how Shadow Phoenix is playing right now, I don't know what will, because this is absolute confidence from them. You have a bump play as well. Here comes Alex. An open net in front of him. He won't miss this one. Still opportunity for H2K to come back, but they need a perfect kickoff to do so. But even so, that was a great bump from Nismo and Kyer. Yep. H2K only 1 away.
Now to come down whether or not H2K has a plan for this. Some teams have a plan for when it comes to those last seconds on a kickoff, what they need to do, and it'll come down to it. Looks like a good start somewhat. It's a pop-up, but nobody's there to do anything with it, and it will sadly end with a Shadow Phoenix win. And now we're 2-2 going into Game 5.
I think that was I didn't consider the circumstances. Shadow Phoenix is doing really well. There's nothing sad about it. They tied up the series down by 2 players. Sorry, down by a player. They're at 2 players. I mean, they are still having issues with the lag, so I will be messaging them about that. But here, let me ask Zelly how his lag's doing, because he is still lagging out.
Well, and they do have opportunities to sub.
They do have subs, although I'm sure they're going to try their hardest to keep Zelly in. I mean, he's been playing exceptionally well.
Oh, I agree. Generally, that's not something you want to do anyways. Anytime I've subbed somebody out, it has never gone well. Generally, you want to keep with the 3 main people.
Well, generally when you make a sub, it means that something's already gone wrong for you. So,
right.
So it is tough. Subs are a risk. They're not. Teams do them. It's a risk, and sometimes that risk doesn't work. As I'm trying to confirm here with Zelly, if he needs help with the lag issues that he's currently having, because you can see he is lagging. Trying to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how PCS goes. Are they allowed any time in between matches?
I believe they are allowed sometime if they are having tick issues. But during the game, obviously they can't do anything during the game. Again, it looks like Looks like he's fine. Looks like he's going to continue playing here.
Yeah, that
We're in the
ping's
game
gotten a lot
5.
better.
I mean, yes, yeah, he didn't have like 800, 900 ping, so that's a bonus for him. That's he'll be able to play with that. It's now game 5. Do we see anything add in? As follows coming in from Nova Fox and J-Link. Thank you guys so much for the follow. As now an early goal, and it is from Zelly, right off the kickoff spot. He just puts that one in the back of the net.
That was just a clear beat there. There must have been a late starter confusion there on kickoff by that H2K offense, but something definitely good for that Shadow Phoenix team. Come off to a match starting off big. I say that H2K retaliates with another kickoff goal, back-to-back kickoff goals.
Have you ever seen 2 goals 5 seconds apart in the start of a game like this? I have not.
I have. It's rare, but I have.
Okay, okay, Giga Chad, got it. All right,
it doesn't
man.
happen that often. It's very hard, but it can happen. But yeah, we got Diev coming up for the possible off to the side. Nismo was able to control it. Not quite good enough. Zelly pops it over him. Lux pops over Zelly. Then we got Ur trying to clear it out from the pop off to the sidewall, but Alex was able to beat him to it. It's wide open in front of, but Zelly was able to clear it. And then we got Nismo with a 50. Lux might possibly be able to pop it off the side, but you're able to clear it out to Diev. Nismo there to control it. Will he get another touch? No, but Alex is there to save him. He was low on boost. Alex trying to get across for Lux. Lux not able to get there because it was cleared out by that Phoenix defense. A pinch that possibly could have gone in net, but luckily was not. You're trying to get something going for that offense on Shadow. Alex makes a very bad pop in front of the net. Nismo able to help him out there with the clear. I mean, it's a very good back-to-back from what I'm seeing here, Sporty. I mean, it's insane. They're blow for blow right now.
Well, saying that, by blow, you mean just like great defense after great defense. They're both putting on offense, but it is H2K that we're going to be looking at specifically because they've just lost 2 games in a row. Generally speaking, in best of 7s, the first team to win 3 games is the one to win the entire series. That's a huge statistic that almost always happens. There's very rare circumstances where it doesn't. As right now, I'm going to see if anything will be changed. We are guaranteed at least 6 games in this series. So, we're going to have a really good series, a close series. But it will matter between both these teams if we do go to Game 7. I think specifically it will matter for H2K because they're the ones who need to make the changes now to respond to what Shadow Phoenix has changed to make to them. H2K looking for offense. Nismo can't beat Kyer. It's still tied in this game, but you do feel as if the chances from both these teams not really the strongest one. Shadow Phoenix, it looks like H2K is playing a very high line right now. See all of their players hanging on that midfield as they just are waiting. They're not waiting for the chances, but they are trying to force things out here against Shadow Phoenix. But Shadow Phoenix are the ones to break through, but Zelly misses an open net. What happened there for Shadow Phoenix? Zelly just missed the shot entirely. Shadow Phoenix had a wide open net to shoot on. And that's not a good thing for Zelly. It's going to be unfortunate. He's going to be kicking himself for that, but he's got to pick himself up and continue to the series that's in front of him.
Well, I don't know if you had caught it, but as that was happening in front of the net, you had Diev on Shadow Phoenix's team bronzing for boost on the the mid boost. He could have possibly picked up some pads and kept that pressure going, but as soon as he got the boost, that's whenever it got cleared out. And so they could have kept that offense going and that pressure going, but you love to see somebody bronzing for boost every now and then. It's just something you don't see as much anymore. Anyways, we got Alex trying to clear it up for that H2K offense, keep that pressure going. Lux able to keep it there. Will they be able to clear it? And it's an own goal by, who was that? I didn't read his name. No, it was.
Oh, you'll get to see it here.
It was Zelly. Zelly tried to pop it. That's where I will tell you, that's where that trust on defense goes. They had whoever it was on the backboard ready to clear it out. And he just got nervous and tried to pop it to the backboard and just was not able to get it there. Sometimes that trust on defense can be a factor. But yeah, I digress.
I mean, yeah, and unfortunately, an own goal here will now put H2K in the lead. They're trying to make a run of their own. With how close this game has been, I would be surprised if we see another 2-game rush from one of these teams. But you know, anything's possible in this series. Right now, Zelly cleared back by H2K. No one in the other corner. So it is just controlled here. Kyra. Oh, a pinch play out as well. Shadow looking for a chance. Nismo dangerously crossed the face of his goal, but no one was there from Shadow Phoenix. Final minute of regulation. Do we go to an overtime? It will result. You'll have to rely on a goal here from Shadow Phoenix. Kyra flick. Cleared away by Nismo. Follow up from Diev. Off the back wall, but Nismo's waiting. He's going to control. He's going to dribble it out. H2K trying to waste as much time as possible now on offense.
That's definitely what H2K needs to be going into as far as what their thinking is. They need to waste time, but that Shadow Phoenix team really needs to keep this ball away from them. They need to make those controlled touches. They need to clear it out as fast as possible to keep that ball on their side of the field so they can actually have opportunities to keep pressure and get those goals in. But we're just not seeing that clearing ability. I have mistouch almost a goal. It's cleared out. Alex controls it, not quite that well. We got Zelly. Might be the opportunity they've been waiting for. It's on that H2K side of the field, but H2K, Alex, is able to control the ball and keep it away from him. We got one pop. Can they do it? No. We got H2K that wins game 5.
Yeah, I mean, that game had everything. We almost had a 0-second goal. As now a follow coming in from Jay Kogu. Thank you so much for the follow. As now we go into game 6. The series could end here now. H2K finally got their 3rd game. They've won the first 2 games in the series, then they had some trouble with Shadow Phoenix, and in this game, it ended with an own goal, unfortunately for Shadow Phoenix. Now they have to respond, and they have to force this to go to Champions Field.
Yeah, and what I was going to say, I think when it comes to this type of situation, both teams have obviously come to where they're, you know, almost equal in certain situations. I mean, Shadow Phoenix has 7 shots, H2K has 6, and I mean, the saves by H2K obviously proves that they were on defense for a good majority of it. But when it came down to this game, it came down to Shadow Phoenix and those small mistakes. Like I said, Diaz was bronzing for boost in that corner boost. He could have kept the pressure, and then you had that own goal by Zelly, not trusting his teammate on defense. So, I mean, they really got to fix those small mistakes coming into Game 5.
Yeah, and even so, I think their offense last game was just not there. The production didn't happen, didn't really start for them. They need to fix that issue here because they can't allow another game against them. As now, Game 6. A follow also coming in from Experts King. Thank you so much for joining. We're nearing the end of this series, and for one of these teams, they'll be winning Game 1. They'll be winning Week 1, but if it ends in 6, it'll be H2K. If we go to 7, it's anybody's series. And Shadow Phoenix looking to respond, but Nismo, maybe off the back wall. Kyer getting that save off the back wall. Shadow Phoenix clears it away, looking for chances, but Luxiv up for it. Solo play potential. One more touch. That one not directed towards the back of the net. Instead, Shadow Phoenix will not have issue collecting it and clearing it away. Zelly. Flick past Alex. Nismo pinches it. Here comes Diav across the Kyer. Doesn't read it in time. Nismo off the corner. Diav looking in. That's cleared away. Although you think with this much pressure from Shadow Phoenix, there's bound to be an opportunity presenting itself, but they just haven't found it yet.
I think the problem that, as soon as I speak, here comes H2K Lux with the goal. But what I was going to say, I think what the problem has been, I think Shadow Phoenix is trying to rush these passes across the net. And I know this personally because I am the world's worst at it. You try to pass it across net without a teammate being ready for it. And what does that do? That sets up for a perfect clear by that defense. Almost a kickoff goal. Is a kickoff goal. Shadow Phoenix returns with a vengeance. We're tied going into Game 5. Let's go.
Game 5? Game 6, you mean? This is Game 6.
That's how excited I'm. I can't even think straight. Let's go. I love the
and the reason why Skillerz excited, by the way, is because he really likes Game 7. So he really wants these guys to go to Game 7.
That's why I haven't said anything. The last 2 games I casted with you, I said something, I jinxed it. I'm not saying anything this time, as you can see. I'm not jinxing it. And here we go. Yep, we got Shadow Phoenix. You're coming in with an awesome touch here. I mean, just able to get it straight past any defensive save at all. That's a great touch away from everybody on defense.
And hey, look who's joining us, Skillerz. It's Commissioner. It's Mike. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Yeah, this is an exciting series. I got Skillerz with me today. Introducing him to commentary. Dude's been loving it out here. He wants to see a game 7 too. And you know what? I can't blame you, man. We might actually get to see one, but to do that, that will require Shadow Phoenix to take this game in front. A miss, though! Chance the other way for H2K. Here comes Alex. Backfield is open, but it'll bounce straight up. A chance for H2K, and they couldn't put it on. Nismo, drop down. Alex is there! Saved by Diev. Back the other way. Maybe a bounce off the corner. Zelly and Diev at the same place. Luxiv keeps it close. Nismo close behind, but we'll give him space. Demoed as well. H2K on offense. Passing play. Shadow was just not there. Alex had a chance to put that one on target, but the pass was just a little too strong for him. Shadow Phoenix stay alive, but with how exciting this game has been, with everything running on the line, I would not be surprised if we don't see. I'd be surprised if we don't see any more goals this game. I expect we're going to see some crazy fireworks.
Now, as you can tell, both of these teams are playing at an incredible speed. You don't see a lot of lost momentum here. It'll basically just come down to whoever can stay the fastest, probably. Because if you got two teams going this fast, somebody's bound to make a mistake. It's just going to be a matter of who. Because both offenses have just been pushed up as all three, and you've seen a lot of third man rushing back to clear the ball, which is a surprise from H2K because that's what they had been doing before. They had had that third man back. And as I say that, we've got Alex trying to push it across mid. Nobody's there, trying to push it out, possibly not enough boost to do so. You're clearing it out over Nismo. Alex, last man back, able to pop it. Not a great position there, but Lux able to save him, get it out from that mid. And we got Ur trying to pop it, maybe go for an aerial play. He's able to beat him. Let's see if Ur can do it. He's got no boost. If he'd have had a little bit more boost, I think there would have been a reset there. I'm not going to lie. Would have been great to see.
He was setting up for it as well. He was having his car upside down, putting his wheels towards the direction of the ball, but he just didn't have any boost for it. Zed, he went for the unintentional fake. Although in that play now it has to be intentional. Shadow Phoenix, though, leading by 1, but yeah, you're not wrong. It might just come to a mistake to end off this game. Last game it ended in a mistake. You saw Zelly own goal, and that caused H2K to win it. Now Shadow Phoenix can't afford any mistakes here. A 1-goal lead. It's always going to be in jeopardy in this game, but we head into the final 60 seconds. Do we see a response from H2K to win out this series, or do we go to Champions Field? Zelly keeping it close, looking for a 50-50 on Lux. Nismo 50-50, it's going the way through! Zelly's bumps, but Zelly keeps it across his net. Man, chances here for H2K. The blood pumping through, not just their veins, but my veins. Back the other way! All three players commit. Here comes Kyer! It's a goal here. Shadow Phoenix now lead by 2.
I gotta say, what a great shot. He saw the opportunity, and in those chances, all you have to do is have a well-placed power shot, because obviously every H2K player was in that goal, and there was no opportunity for either one of them to get set and able to save that. So Shadow Phoenix is in an opportunity here that they haven't really been in the rest of the series. They need to kill the time. They need to keep those chances from H2K down, but I don't even want to say anything. I'm not going to jinx it. I am not going to jinx it.
Yeah, you don't want to say the number after 6 and before 8. I get it. Shadow Phoenix now back on offense. A huge mistake, and it will become a goal here. Shadow Phoenix add more. They're riding the high in this game. And guess what? I think you can say it now. We're going to Game 7.
I still don't want to say it. That's how bad I am. I don't want to say it. I'm big on superstitious stuff. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to jinx it. But, they are taunting.
They are now. They're spinning in circles. I love this. Before Game 7, getting in your opponent's head. Call it tactics, call it antics. Maybe it will be effective, but what a play from Shadow Phoenix there. Maybe it will be effective there. Taunting H2K, beckoning them to respond. We're going to Champions Field. And you can tell I'm excited. The first time I've been here in a while. First time I've been here for Premier Champion Series and Skillerz. It's me and you here to watch it together.
Yep, and I'm going to say it. We're going to Game 7, boys. Let's go!
Shadow Phoenix just took that game, and now they have their first chance of the series, and their only chance of the series to win it all. H2K there as well. It's Champions Field, so many crazy things happen here. But only one will win it out in the end. They both came into the Premier Championship Series expecting grand results. Well, to come into grand results, you gotta play on the highest stage, and while still the qualifiers. Man, this match has everything on it. Pinch in front. Alex, open net. Shot is just wide. A chance there, but nothing going in just yet. Lux puts it to the corner. Maybe a follow bump as well. Pass in front. Lux 50-50. A lot of defense played by Shadow Phoenix. Now going the other way. It's Alex to keep it to the corner, and now H2K have to play some defense.
No, they're definitely going to have to play some defense here. Zelly trying to pop it out towards somebody who's there. Diaz not quite there, set up for the pass out mid. It's cleared by Nismo, then immediately cleared by Diaz. A lot of back-to-back here. Lux trying to pull something off just high on the shot. Pops out back. Another bump by Lux on a teammate. Not something you want to see here in Game 7. But we got Lux trying to clear it out. Immediately met by Zelly. I almost called him Kelly again. We got these teams. They're battling it out. We're going to have to see which one comes on top.
Shadow Phoenix now, an odd man runs this shot, going to the back post. Just a little wide, but man, if that was only a feet to the other side, that could have been our first goal in this game. Man, whoever scores first in this game is going to have such an advantage as well. But I'm saying that, but we still haven't seen a goal. Who will do it? A solo play. Kyer can't get the flip reset. Luxiv dunks him away. Maybe another follow-up. H2K on offense. Zelly hits it to the corner. Demoed as well. H2K Misma. Shot saved away by Kyer. Every save matters. Zelly misses the clear though. Shadow Phoenix playing more defense. Alex off the back wall. A misplay here, but Kyer's able to clear it out. Shadow Phoenix going to offense. They're going to get some boost. They're going to reset. They're going to hope they can get some shots and maybe even our first goal, but it's one in front. H2K, it's fumbling around, going towards. It's Kyer to save it. My goodness, have they not scored yet? Shadow Phoenix surviving by just a hair. Back the other way now. H2K putting an onslaught here. A show. They're not done yet with their opponents, but they need goals. They need them soon. When are they going to come? Yeah. An open backfield for him to use. A chop, a pass in front. Alex dunks him away. Skillerz, my goodness. I haven't heard you in a while. That's because there's been non-stop action. What do you think will result in our first goal? Well, it might be here. It's off the post. Follow up. Oh, it's just wide.
I think what it comes down to is Shadow Phoenix is just not able to get those shots on target. They've all been hitting either low right side or or high right side. Not quite on target. And then with H2K, I think the problem is what they're going to have to do with Shadow Phoenix developing into this more aggressive gameplay, fast-paced gameplay. What they're going to have to do is start bumping, demoing more on that rotation out on offense. And they're also going to have to focus on those boost steals as well. Because what comes down to it is if you're able to add some confusion on that defensive rotation and on top of that make them worry about boost, that will make them break down on that defense and able to get some shots on target.
Yeah, and one thing I'd add to add is demos as well, but dribble play from Kyer. Demo got the last defender, but that shot is still saved. This game might only come down to a single goal. Zelly, pinch, looking in front, up, but a miss there, no shot yet. Kyer, back wall, saved by Lux, no follow through. Shadow Phoenix was catching H2K sitting on defense, and they still couldn't put it in. The defense from H2K, nothing short of incredible, but I need to develop that into some shooting chances, because right now Shadow Phoenix are doing everything they can to get that first goal, but still nothing working just yet. H2K, it's like an unstoppable force meeting an unpushable wall here. No goals just yet, but my goodness, both teams have been asking for it. Their nerves definitely going to become involved as this series goes more and more. The final minutes. When will that goal come through? Kyer, 1-on-1! Off the post! Not on target, H2K survives! Luxiv, maybe a pass in front, will dribble it himself, looking for the 50-50. It's off the left side wall. No follow through. Kyer and Zelly double commits. Shadow Phoenix want this ball out. They want to have offense, as much of it as possible. But no chances here. Alex keeps it away. Zelly, drop down, in front. Mismo misses. Here comes Lux. Final 10 seconds. They count down. Still maybe one more chance here for Shadow Phoenix. Alex pops it high. They want it to drop for H2K. And this one up still. Zelly up high. Here comes Kyer off the back wall. No shots yet. As this one will brought up its way down. Game 7 overtime. Skillerz, how are these teams going to react? There's so much pressure on them. Uh-oh, Skillerz is having some issues. Well, Game 7 overtime here. Excitement, definitely. Is now this
Sorry,
one.
I realized I had my mic muted.
Well, H2K now has offense. Shadow Phoenix having to play defensively. This one, a dunk play. Kyer, I don't know if he has an open net. He misses it. There was a chance for him, a slim chance, but man, he could have taken that one. Shadow Phoenix now has to move their way back. And that one, off the post, follow through, off the other post. Alex as well, having the opportunity, but he can't put it in himself. Here comes H2K. They won the first 2 games in this series. They want to win the very last. But just the shooting is slim margins off the mark for both of these teams. No one wants to score.
No, it doesn't seem like it. As you can see from Shadow Phoenix on the leaderboard there, you got 7 shots, and every one of them have either been just off or close, not quite in there. I think we've only had 1 shot that was in there, but was immediately contested and popped out by that H2K defense. That defense from H2K has been solid so far. I really don't want to jinx that though.
Well, you almost did. Kyer got that dribble play. I think as this game goes more and more into overtime, we're going to see more and more solo plays dominating this series. Well, what's going to end it? Pass in front. Mismo, shot off the crossbar. I feel like both teams are trying to go for the perfect shot here to end out this overtime. It doesn't need to be perfect. All it does need to be good enough. And right now for both these teams, I feel like good enough just isn't here yet either. Here comes Nismo off the back wall. Oh, maybe a misplay in front. Shadow Phoenix. Ping pongs in front there, but they still keep the ball out. They had so much offense, but you can see H2K, as time goes on, they're gathering more and more strength. They're getting more and more confident in putting maybe 2 players on offense, but nothing yet to silence anybody. This overtime, as long as it keeps going on, anybody can win. Kyer. Maybe a pass in front. 2 players commit here from H2K. Zelly off the back wall. Lux and Alex. No one to read that. Will we see a goal soon? This overtime is going to continue going on and on. But Zelly! He does it himself! What a goal! That will end it. It only took 1 opportunity. Shadow Phoenix had the majority of the offense this game, and finally they find the breakthrough.
That's pretty much what you want to see going into Game 7 and an overtime, and then a back-to-back until somebody finally made a mistake. Which I kind of, in the back of my mind, I kind of figured it would end up being that H2K defense, just because after so long you can only stay on defense for eventually it's going to break down. But it was a good back and back between both teams. They both really did a good job, and if I was H2K and I was their captain, at the end of the day, you went to Game 7, you did your best. There's nothing to be sorry about on that one. They played a really good game.
Man, before this series, if you told me it was going to go to Game 7 overtime, I would not have believed you. Well, I'm a believer now. What a series. What a result. I mean, this is something else, isn't it? A win for Shadow Phoenix. I can't believe that series, man. Can you believe that series?
I cannot, but I also didn't say anything about Game 7, and I think that's kind of what helped it. But what really came down to, and I'll be curious to see, because Shadow Phoenix is the one that wanted the interview, correct?
I'll ask him if they want it.
I think that's what we talked about. Either way, if they do end up winning, I'd be curious to see if they're just one of those teams that develops as they play. Because sometimes certain players they need that warm up time, and when it comes down to it, you need those couple games to really like come together as a team. So I'd be really curious to see if that is the case.
And they said yes, so we are going to get an interview with them to end out this stream.
Awesome.
I mean, no, that is incredible. Those series make you enjoy Rocket League. Those are the kind of series that you just love to see over and over and over again. Game 6, Game 7. I can't believe. What are you doing over there? I'm hearing a lot of noise on your side. You like stress?
Sorry. That was.
Is this like
that was my can.
Yeah, he's stress drinking over here. He's feeling stressed for these players. Oh my goodness. Well, a follow coming in also from Exim. Thank you so much for the follow. What a series, though. In the end,
I guarantee I was not as nervous as any of those guys on Shadow Phoenix or H2K.
Yeah, thank you for the follow as well, Steve Young and It's Roy. Notice me. There we go. You can see he's still stress drinking over here. I can't. I can't. Skillerz. Well, making sure that we get them in for the interview. And Skillerz, what a series that was, really.
It was an amazing series.
Now it's Roy coming in with the follow. My goodness, we're getting a lot of follows on the stream. This is what happens when you go to Game 7.
If only it was a requirement, right?
To go to Game 7.
You have to go to Game 7.
Well, sometimes, Rocket League is a funny way of having the most important series go to Game 7. The best series go to Game 7. They always do. It always does, You agree with that, right, Skillerz?
Oh, I definitely agree. And it's generally the ones you never expect either. Like I didn't know anything about these two teams going into it. So I mean, obviously they're very good teams. Unlike you, I do not know exactly how their brackets work, but with both of these teams, I'd be surprised even with H2K if they don't make it any further than they, after this first match.
Yeah, that was tense to say the least. That was so close. But again, we are going to get an interview here with Zelly by the looks of it. Jumping as the Shadow Phoenix captain. What a series it was! It went to Game 7, but ultimately Zelly and Shadow Phoenix won outright. Zelly's here. How are you feel, man? You must be absolutely nervous. Oh no, he left. Oh, he just left the voice call.
He was so nervous.
You all right there, Zelly? You accidentally left last time. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling nervous as mess, man.
I can't blame you. It went to Game 7. My goodness, that was so close. It went to overtime as well. And I mean, I will say this, but the shooting from both these teams, to say the very least, it was interesting in Game 7. The crossbar on the post stopped a lot of these shots. How was your team feeling in that overtime? Because with how many shooting opportunities went just barely wide for you guys, you couldn't have been feeling amazing.
We were feeling like the game. We definitely were in the doubts after all those crossbar hits, and it was just a very nervous game overall, especially on those last 15 seconds where they got the ball. My two teammates had no boost, and we were all just panicking. So it was a really intense game, and those shots did not help. Those shots that we were missing did not help. But both teams played really well. It was a really tough game. I'm not gonna say it was easy. It was tough. Lag did not help either.
I will say in that Game 7, both teams, just a lot of missed shot opportunities. Every single one of your shots, it was either high right or low right. It was just barely in. And then with H2K, they were doing just about the same. It almost seemed like that backboard was like a seventh player in that game. But you guys played a hell of a game.
Yeah, it was really close and it was really intense. The other team played very well, and for that was a really good game. Both sides had some really good players. They have a really good team for this season.
Now I gotta ask you, how did you feel after that own goal you had?
Oh, so horrible. Listen, I was blowing up and I was trying to bang it off of crossbar,
Yep.
to bounce out, and I did not have enough boost or momentum to get that, so I ended up not feeling great.
Yeah, but
I
you
just had
still
to
came
ask.
back. It happened in the series. You got to talk about it. But you still came back after that. Your team took it. What do you think was the main thing that kept your team together in those final two games? Game 6, Game 7, and ultimately winning out the series, winning 2 games in a row, because that own goal allowed H2K to make match point. What did you guys do? What did you tell your teammates? What did you guys tell each other for those final 2 games to really kind of get your momentum up?
Well, both my teammates, Fluffy and Kira, were very, very helpful. I was slipping out every miss I made. It was a good game, but I was slipping out every miss I made. And we were just I was bashing myself in the head for it. And then my teammates were like, you got to chill out, got to calm down, and were really helping me get through it. And that goes for everybody in the team. That we were all helping each other get through it. It was a really stressful game. That was a really stressful game, but it worked out because of my teammates helping me get through all the misses and all the own goals. So yeah, my teammates I really thank my teammates for that.
And I'll tell you, Sporty, from a player. Oh, sorry. I was gonna tell you, Sporty, from a player's perspective, that is one thing that like you definitely want to have, because if you have that teammate, we all have those teammates that can you get in your head, but you even whenever we play, if something happens where you have a mistouch, I'll be like, oh man, I should have had that. I'll have a teammate right behind go, it's okay, man. We got this. Just go back. You gotta have those guys on your team. That way everything stays positive. You don't have that negativity building up. So that's definitely good on y'all's team.
Yeah. It
was
really stressful.
Yeah, you keep adding it stressful. Yeah, I can't blame you. But, just to end it out, do you have any shout-outs? I know you just shout out your teammates, but anyone else you want to shout out before we end this exciting stream?
I want to shout out H2K and everybody else on my team, like Bloodless, for helping us train and practice for this. And H2K played a hellified game. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but they played a really good game.
No, you could. You totally can. That's fine.
Yeah, they played a really good game, and they definitely gave us a run for our money. It was really tough, and they definitely are going to be good this season. They have a really good team. But when it came down to it, it was overtime, and it was stressing. It was just a really good game.
Well, you know what? I think there are no truer words than that, but man, thank you so much for joining, Zelly. What a series, what a win. Congratulations on doing so. Week 2, I'm sure you're going to be feeling super confident now, getting that win over H2K. Have an amazing evening.
You too. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Skillerz. Sorry, Skillerz. Wow, Skillerz. Man, I forgot your name. Don't know why I said that, but Skillerz, what a series. Is there anything you want to say to anybody else watching right now before we get a raid going and we end the stream?
If there's anybody that I pinged to show up for this, obviously this was a really good one. There was a lot of content to be talking about. Just want to shout out Astral. I'm not, a content creator for them, but I am a player for one of their teams, so it's a great org. Other than that, again, Sporty, thank you so much for letting me join you on this cast, and I look forward to doing it again.
Yeah, of course. We're going to get a raid going now. To end off the stream, everybody who's watching, go join the raid. Thank you all so much for joining this stream. Man, it's been a blast of a night. But I'll see you guys. Whenever I do stream PCS next. Big shoutouts to Mike Snow Pro as well as we end off the stream. Everybody, take care.